A father wrote to me and said, quote, "Yesterday, my 5-year-old daughter and I were on a walk. We came to a bridge over a small creek, and she said she wanted to walk through the water instead of using the bridge." Duh. There are three kinds of parents. This is the father still speaking. There are three kinds of parents. A typical parent would say, "No, you'll get your socks and shoes wet," end quote. And we'll get to the rest of his letter in a minute. Absolutely, most parents would say that. Can't get your socks and shoes wet. The reasoning used by such parents, of course, is that the child would get cold and wet and then get a cold or, leukemia or something. But brief exposure to cold and wet does not cause infection, as innumerable studies have proven. The real reason for killing the child's fun is that the parents don't like the inconvenience of dealing with the wet shoes and the clothes. Understandable. And parents have heard these excuses themselves when they were children for generations. In addition, most parents haven't learned to teach a child how to dry their own clothes, novel thought, or wash them, which we can. The father continued. Second kind of parent. A good parent might say, "Okay, but just so you know, your socks will get wet for the rest of the day," end quote. Which the child really wouldn't care about one bit. All they see in the moment is fun. Dad continues. Third kind of parent. So he's gone from usual parent to good parent to, now he says, a ridiculously effective parent. One who has studied the ridiculously effective parent would say, "Cool." That's it. And yes, they would. How could children explore the world and become creative unless they're allowed, maybe even encouraged, to do new stuff, which includes wet and messy stuff? Dad continues. He said, "I did the second option. I reminded her that she'd have wet socks. And to my embarrassment, when I spoke, even without irritation, she felt the implied disapproval. And she stopped her adventure of walking in the creek. I should simply have shut my mouth. I wrecked that moment of fun," end quote. Yeah, for a moment you did. But now you've learned something. And the next time, you're going to be a lot smarter. Good parenting is learned. We can all learn how to be ridiculously effective and loving parents. Go to realloveparents.com and learn how.